Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Enorita James. I am a clinical laboratory scientist and a research scientist with over 20 years experience. I talk about how to stay healthy naturally. Today I'll be talking about what is called autophagy. Autophagy. Some people call it autophagy, some people call it autophagy. If that is the first time you're hearing this, I think you should stay tuned and find out what exactly is autophagy. How does it concern me? What should I do to get into autophagy? And what are the advantages of autophagy to your health? Autophagy might be a new word to you, but it might also be something you've heard before. So what exactly is autophagy? Autophagy simply means a process where your cells in your body eats up cells that are no longer useful and then recycles these cells to produce new cells that will be of benefit to you. So the word autophagy can be divided into two. Auto means self. Phagy means to eat. So the word simply means self-eating, just like I've explained it to you. So your body gets into a state where it uses bad protein in the form of cells. Most cells are made up of protein, and proteins are made up of amino acids. So your body uses these bad cells, breaks it down, and then recycles it and makes new cells for your body to use. Of course, there are a lot of chemical reactions involved in this, which I'm not going to bore you with it. I'm just making it as simple as it is for anybody listening to me or watching this video to actually understand what autophagy means. There are a lot of explanations you can get online. You can Google it and get online what autophagy is. But the most important thing is, why am I talking about autophagy? Why is it important for you to know about it? And why should you get your body, into a state of autophagy? How then can you induce this state of autophagy? Now, the greatest way to induce autophagy is through fasting and exercise. What kind of fasting? Number one, intermittent fasting. If you don't know what intermittent fasting is, I have a video right here where you can click and then watch after you finish watching this video to understand what is intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting simply means fasting for a period and having a few hours of window to eat. So you could do a 16 hours fast and then you have 8 hours window to eat. You could do a 20 hours fast and then you have 4 hours windows to eat. Or like me, I do a 21 hours fast and I have 3 hours window to eat, which works well for me. But remember that you don't get to this kind of fasting so forth, especially if you're used to taking 3 square meals. It's better you start gradually, which I explained in that video about intermittent fasting. So now that you know how to induce autophagy through fasting and exercise. But research has shown that autophagy can be induced after long fasting, especially from 18 hours of fasting. So when you come to 20 or 21 hours of fasting, it's best. If you can even get it to a full day's fast or 2 days fast, it's much better. So those are the ways you can induce your body and get your body into a state of autophagy so that it can break down cells and regenerate new cells for you to keep you healthy and strong. Okay, apart from exercise, are there any other things that you can do that can stimulate autophagy? Actually, yes. Some test tube research has shown that there are certain foods, if incorporated into your eating window, can actually help stimulate autophagy. And I have the list right here. Number 1 is the green tea. All of us know what green tea is. So if you can be taking those green tea, maybe during your fasting, it can also help stimulate autophagy. You have grape skin, that is the grape they use to do red wine. It's very good. You have nuts. You have onions. Onions is very common, especially the red ones. I use a lot of onions when I'm making my food that I'm going to eat during my eating window. I use a lot of onions. Apples, berries, especially the blackberries. They do not only stimulate autophagy, they have a lot of other health benefits, especially if you're trying to prevent cancer. There's a lot of research on blackberries in terms of preventing cancer. That will be another talk in another video. Then turmeric. Turmeric, I use it a lot when I'm cooking my meat. So when I'm putting my onions and my garlic, I put a lot of turmeric. It's been wonderful. I use it every time I cook. And of course, soybeans. Those are the lists I was able to actually get from online, and I actually use every day in order to stimulate autophagy. So why should you get your body into a state of autophagy? Why should you do that? There have been a lot of research on this, a lot of research on how autophagy can actually in future prevent a lot of degenerative diseases, especially cancer. And so autophagy can be a kind of preventive measure for you. Because I always advocate that prevention is better than cure. Believe me, you will not want to be cured. You will not want to go through treatment processes, especially treatment processes for cancer. I have done it, and I know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking based on theory or based on the fact that I am a scientist and I've worked in the hospitals. I'm talking from the fact that I have gone through it about almost 7 years ago. But these are things you can do that can prevent you from getting it. So take it very seriously. So because the cells, your body eats up cells that are no longer functioning, and these are cells that normally cause inflammation in your body. So if this is a process that can reduce inflammation, therefore it is a process that can reduce a lot of diseases, including cancer, including type 2 diabetes, because autophagy also has a way of reducing insulin resistance. I'll talk about that in another video, what that means. Reduces insulin resistance, and that can prevent you from becoming diabetic. And so autophagy state is so important, and all you need to do is just learn to starve your body from food for some time. You must not do that. I do my 3 hours window of eating Monday to Fridays. On Saturday and Sundays, I eat normal 2 meals. And I feel absolutely wonderful. I feel great. So it is something I want you to take seriously and think about when it has to do with your health, because it doesn't cost you anything. So as I said, autophagy is something that you can try. It doesn't cost you money. All it costs you is for you to starve yourself from food for some time, so that you can create a state where your cells can destroy any kind of inflammatory cells and then generate new ones for you. And all you have to do is fasting. And talking about fasting, a lot of people wonder which one is better, fasting with fluids or fasting without fluids. I normally fast with fluids. A lot of people can feel better with doing a dry fasting and all that. But for me, I tried it. It did not go too well with me. So it depends on you. And you can also consult your physician or your doctor, especially if you want to make any kind of dietary changes to your normal way of eating. You can consult your physician. You can do your own research on what I'm talking about. There's a lot of research on autophagy As long as you have an internet, get into the internet, research for yourself and find out what exactly are the advantages, especially the health advantages of autophagy. And then talking about taking fluids during fasting. If you want to know the kind of fluids that are actually good for you during fasting and the kind of fluids that I take and the kind of vitamins and minerals that I take during fasting, just click the next video after this one. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Remember, prevention is way better than cure. See you in my next video.